Hey y'all, I got a quick question for you. Have you ever told yourself you're only going to have a little bite of the dessert or a little bite, a little piece of candy, and the first thing you know, it's all gone? Or you just can't stop yourself at nighttime from going to the cupboard. If that sounds like you, hopefully this video is for you. And the first thing I want you to understand is it's not a willpower problem. It's a sugar addiction or a craving problem. But let's break that down because not all cravings are addictions. A craving can be a cortisol response. Um, you may already know this, your body certainly does. As your cortisol rises, carbohydrates, sweets, particularly those sugar treats, are going to bring the cortisol down. So there's a physiological reason why you're heading to the cupboard. Um, it can also be a habit loop. And those two things could be session on their very own. Addiction is more like you eat when you feel triggered. So you're stressed, you're fatigued, and you go to the cupboard. If once you start, you can't stop yourself, and afterward you feel guilty and frustration, that's an addictive behavior. I'm going to attach a precision nutrition blog in the comments that outlines the symptoms of food addiction. It's a real thing, you guys. They're going to talk about influences and the industry, the food industry, and the role they play in getting us addicted. That again is a whole other post or video blog on its own. And then how to treat that, how to behave to correct those addictive behaviors. So let's talk about cravings. Protein, and I know I used to call myself the protein queen. I know I sound like a broken record, but y'all, protein is not negotiable in reducing cravings. So protein stabilizes blood sugar, and stabilized blood sugar will result in fewer cravings. And most women don't need more discipline, they need more protein. And typically, y'all, us ladies come to the table eating like 10, 11% protein. It needs to be like 30. So you can add protein at breakfast, would be amazing, and will give you fewer night cravings too. So for your breakfast, maybe a protein shake is super easy. Maybe you do egg with egg white. So the egg white contains the protein, the egg yolk is a healthy fat. You can even make, I've had lots of clients will make those egg McMuffins on Sunday, add egg white to them so you get up that protein, and then they freeze them and they can grab a couple on the way to the office or whatever. Overnight oats, you can always add protein to your overnight oats if it doesn't already include protein. If you do that, you probably will need more liquid so it will absorb properly. And the other lovely hack I like is Brit's protein coffee recipe. So for those of you who didn't see that reel, she takes her milk, adds a scoop of protein, she uses her frother, froths that up and adds it to the coffee, people. I love, that's my go-to, and I put on ice in the afternoon, but in the morning you can do it for a hot coffee or a latte. At nighttime, this is a really, and I should have mentioned this earlier, this is a really common um, challenge, me included. At nighttime, we want that sweet, and we're going for like high sugar treats. So here's some options that you can swap out. Let me know if you've tried any of those, or if I miss one, let me know your favorite swap. I personally love a trail mix, and I might add like a little bit of candy to it, like yogurt covered peanuts or peanut M&M or dark chocolate. That's the best. That's what I should have said, y'all. Is your trail mix with dark chocolate. Dates with nuts is a really super alternative. Dark chocolate with berries. Cottage cheese ice cream. I will post that recipe. I don't think I can put the file in the comments. I'll try, but anyway, if I can't put it in the comments, I'll post it around this video so you can find it if you want it. Greek yogurt. You know how I love my Greek yogurt with cinnamon and berries. Super good. And if I get plain Greek yogurt, I might add a little touch of honey, especially if it's to, address those sweet cravings at night. It's a really good snack for you to have. So the goal isn't to remove all the sweetness altogether because, guys, restriction leads to binging, the end. What we want to do is change the habits and just make healthier choices. Okay, if you feel that's addictive behavior and not just a craving, and I talked about how, you just can't stop and you beat yourself up after, then you need to avoid your trigger foods temporarily and don't have them in the house. If they're in the house, you, someone you love, or someone you barely tolerate is going to eat that stuff. You also want to address both sleep and stress. If you're not sleeping properly, that's going to raise your cortisol. Stress obviously raises your cortisol. And we spoke about how that sends you to the cupboard. It's very powerful, you guys. So, and I'll just make a point that it's not always about the calories. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to drop the PN blog in the comments, the link to it, and it goes into a lot of depth about food addiction. It's a real thing. Maybe I'll speak about that on a separate video blog, and I'll put in a few sample recipes. So, in closing, if sugar feels like it's running the show, you don't need to quit everything, you guys. You just need a better plan, better choices. All right. Hope this helps somebody. Drop any comments or drop any questions in the comments. Tag me so I don't miss them. And let me know if you have your favorite swap that I didn't mention.